Welcome to this week's Bible reading, and once again, our favorite Bible, the Spark Story Bible from Sparkhouse Publishing. And this week's story is a follow-up from last week's story. Remember, we had Moses and the plagues, and the Pharaoh let the Israelites go, and now we're into their journey as they are leaving Egypt, and the story is called the Red Sea. You can follow along in your own Bible by looking at Exodus chapter 14, verses 1 through 30. So, the Red Sea. It was a long journey leaving Egypt. The Israelites camped on the shore of the Red Sea. The people were feeling really nervous. Moses squinted into the darkening sky. Had he heard something? Something in the distance? Moses shook his head slowly. He did not trust Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to keep his promise. Do you think Pharaoh followed us? Aaron asked. And Moses stood listening. We will see, Moses said. We will see. Moses didn't have to wait too long. Soon, a growing cloud of dust rose up in the distance. A rumble of horse hooves thundered toward the travelers. They could see them clearly now. Hundreds of Pharaoh's chariots charged towards them. Hundreds of soldiers followed with orders to bring the people back. We're trapped, someone yelled. A strong wind began to blow. Cries went up from the people. Moses, they shouted, have you brought us here to die? Don't be afraid, Moses told his people. Stand firm. God is with us. Moses gripped the staff in his hand. Prepare to move out, he shouted into the wind. Where, Moses? Aaron asked. There is no place to go. Through the Red Sea, Moses said. God will make a way. Moses stood on the edge of the shore. He raised his right arm. He stretched his staff out over the white waves. The waters trembled and divided. The wind roared, and soon a wall of water stood on the left and stood on the right. Dry land appeared between the walls, a safe path to the other side. Move now, Moses ordered. How strange it must have felt to step onto the sandy path. How scary to feel the spray of the water waiting on either side. Would God save them? Would God keep the promise to Moses? In the morning, Pharaoh's army stood on the Red Sea's shore. You see the pathway. They saw the Israelites safe on the other side. Soon chariots groaned and soldiers cracked their whips. Pharaoh's army moved slowly across the rocky and sandy path. They will catch us, a young woman yelled. Watch and wait, said Moses. Moses once again held his staff up over the walls of waves. Tons of water came tumbling down. Horses, chariots, and riders were all swept into the sea. From the safe shore came the sounds of singing and dancing led by Miriam, Moses' sister. Sing to the Lord, the Israelites shouted. God has saved us. Now that story might seem a little scary, especially this week with all the flooding we've had with different storms throughout our country. So I want you to talk this week with your families and friends about a time when you were scared and what did you do? And remember, like we said in our backpack blessing, God has got your back and is always with you. You can see